Hi my loves, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a girl talk video all about relationships. It was recently my 7-year anniversary and I got really inspired to do this video because obviously my boyfriend and I have been dating since I was very little, and I feel like that really is what brought us to the point where we are today with our relationship, because we've been through so many different challenges just growing up together as teenagers in so many different phases that it really tested our relationship. And yes, we've had struggles, and I'm not doing this video to claim that my relationship is perfect or anything like that, because it's not, but I would say that as of now we're at a very healthy point just because of all the different things that we've been through. So with that being said, keep in mind that no relationship is perfect. Like, I can't stress that enough, because nowadays so many people think that just because they see a picture of a couple or something that the relationship is perfect, but that's only the outside of it. There's so many things that go on behind closed doors. So I gathered up 5 tips and just advice from myself, from my perspective, on how to maintain a long, healthy, strong relationship. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's begin with tip number 1. So we hear about trust all the time. People say if you don't have trust, you don't have anything. And that's a very cliche term, but it's very true. But the question is, how do you build your trust? Building your trust is really just something that happens over time. It doesn't just take a few days or when you first meet a person. It can take many months, even years, to really trust someone, because obviously they're a stranger. So how do you make a stranger somebody you trust? You begin with communicating. Communication is everything. Like, I cannot stress it enough, and it's just so important to talk to the other person and be open and be willing to share things about your life, your struggles, your dreams, your desires, fears, past experiences, and just things that you've been through that make you the person you are today. Just like you should be willing to be open, you should also be willing to listen to your other partner. Don't just make it all about yourself either. A relationship should kind of just be back and forth, equal, and there should be a balance between both of you. Also be willing to try out new aspects and new things in life to not only test a relationship, but to test the partner and test the trust that you guys have. And that's just really important, especially in the beginning when you're building the main foundation of your relationship. It's just communicating. And nowadays it's so easy to just communicate through text messages, and text messages are great. It's amazing to get really cute text messages and really long paragraphs, but there's nothing better than talking face to face. Kind of telling little bits and pieces of your life to your partner can kind of leave them wanting more, and it just makes you almost like a mysterious person to them. You know what I mean? Be mindful when you do talk to your significant other about things about your life, because you don't want to scare them away by telling them too many things all at once or all in the beginning. You want to do it gradually. Like I said, trust takes a long time, but once you build it, you're going to feel so good about yourself and about your relationship. Never rely on another person for your happiness. It's super important to obviously build memories and build a bond with your significant other, and spending time with each other is absolutely fine, but there's also limits to that. And I know that could be really hard, especially when you're in your honeymoon phase, which from my perspective, it's like the first 6 months to a year. You just feel like you need to have every waking second with that person, which is fine, but let me tell you, things get old really quick, and routines get old really quick, and people get bored and tired, and you kind of start to drift away slowly. You start arguing more about dumb little things, and the little arguments turn into bigger disasters, and it's just a mess. So it's really important to just sometimes take a step back and just spend a few, even if it's like 2 days or something, away from each other. And I know for some people that can be really hard. It's really important to just have time to yourself and with other people who were there before your relationship, such as family, friends, people like that, because it allows a person to miss you. And missing someone is really good, and kind of setting a date for when you're going to see each other is also really good, because it gives you something to look forward to. If you're constantly having the same routine, you never look forward to anything, because you kind of just expect to see that person. And I don't know about you guys, but I love alone time, and I love being alone. Not saying that I'm antisocial or anything, but being alone is just really relaxing to me. It just makes me feel at ease, and I can really just appreciate the little things in life. Like, I love coming home and just using like my favorite body wash, shaving my legs, wearing a big t-shirt and like no pants, and just laying in my bed watching Netflix or watching YouTube videos, or just little things like that. Sometimes we tend to forget about when we're in a relationship, because we focus all of our attention, all of our time on that relationship. So it's always important, like I said, take a step back and just do something for yourself. Treat yourself, go out shopping. You don't always have to be with someone to kind of feel whole or feel complete, you know what I mean? And your significant other should kind of be like a happy enhancer. So what I mean by that is like you should already be happy with yourself, and then when you see that person or when you're with them, they should make you even happier. I feel like comparing relationships nowadays is really easy to do, especially with social media. I would have to say Twitter and Instagram for sure. You see so many pictures of people maybe getting gifts or something, like bags of Victoria's Secret from their boyfriend or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, like I want that. Like, why doesn't my boyfriend do that? Why aren't we like that? Why don't we look like that picture that this person posted or something? And right there, you need to just change your perspective and look at your relationship and look in ways to improve and continue to build your relationship and not compete or compare yourself to other relationships. Love and happiness and peace in your relationship is the most important thing and just the best part about the relationship, and the gifts are all just like little bonuses. Also keep in mind, I feel like nowadays girls just put so much pressure on guys into what they have to do because of relationship goals and all that stuff, and it really shouldn't be like that. If you do want your significant other to get you something, don't like kind of put it out there for them to do it, because then it's not really genuine. It has to come from them. Nowadays a lot of people look at other relationships and they're like, oh, goals, 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 goals. You know what I mean? Looking at other people is fine. Getting inspiration for your relationship and wanting those material things is fine. Don't let it make it seem like your relationship isn't good enough or like you constantly want more, because material things can only go so far. But just loving someone and being loved in return, that's something that material things cannot buy. You and your significant other should always be putting 110% in your relationship, not 50-50, not 75-25, 100%. And never force relationships, because when something is not meant to be, it's just not going to work out no matter what you do. And when something is meant to be, it is going to work out no matter what you do. My boyfriend and I have went through so many things, and I'm a big believer in prayer, and somehow we just always ended up working things out and just ending up together. And I just believe in fate, and I believe that no matter what happens, no matter how long you guys may be away from each other, if you go through a big struggle, and if you guys are meant to be, you guys are going to find a way back to each other. And keep in mind that whenever you're going through challenges, try to work things out as best as you can. Always make sure that you're hearing both sides of, you know, your argument, his or her argument, just to make things even and to be able to understand each other. That's a whole nother thing that comes back to communicating. Communication is key in everything, whether you're building it or whether you're already in a relationship and you're going through challenges. You and your partner will both hurt each other in the relationship. It's bound to happen because people make mistakes and things happen. And most of the time, things are never intentional when it comes to hurting one another. It just happens. You have to learn to just accept things as they are and forgive and forget. Very easy to say and very hard to do. Just remember that no matter what things you're going through in your relationship, things will get better because time heals everything. And again, been there, done that, and I'm so grateful for all of the things and challenges that my boyfriend and I have been through. I'm so grateful that we were both able to forgive and forget, because it really just puts your relationship at ease. It brings peace and even more happiness into your relationship, and it really makes things stronger. Remember, when you forgive and forget, it's a decision that you're making to yourself. So leave it in the past. Don't keep bringing it up. Don't keep bringing that negative energy into your relationship, because then that's when things just don't work out. This is super important because there's nothing more unhealthy or worse than having that big grudge of anger and hate and sadness on top of you from an experience that happened. Accept things and just move on. It's the best thing for not only yourself, but for your relationship. So that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other girl talk videos you guys want me to do next. The one that gets the most thumbs up down below in the comments is the one that I will do for next month. And let me know down below about your relationship advice and, you know, your struggles or your things that you've been through. I would love to hear. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.